He was once one of the brightest stars in the Premier League. At 18 years old, he stepped onto the stage and shocked the football world. Everyone loved his goals, his assists, and his football brain. Real Madrid wanted him. Ballon d'Or lists talked about him. People called him the leader of the next generation. So what happened to Dele Alli? Today, he is 29 years old. He should be at the peak of his career, but the truth is painful. He doesn't even have a club anymore. In September 2025, he left Como. Right now, he's a free agent. He's training alone in Bali. He's looking for a club. He's looking for one more chance. This story is not just about one footballer's fall. This is a story about how cruel modern football can be, about the price of fame coming too early, and about the silent drama of trauma. And the most painful part, this story isn't over yet, but we can't see the ending. The story begins in Milton Keynes, a young talent from MK Don's youth academy. Dele Alli started his professional career on November 2nd, 2012, when he was only 16 years old. From that moment, everyone understood this kid was different. His technique, his physical strength, his positioning sense, everything was beyond his age. When he was just 18, he scored 16 goals in League One. This was an incredible number for a midfielder. Big clubs started chasing him. And in winter 2015, Tottenham Hotspur brought this young talent to London for only £5 million. Think about it today, £5 million. In today's football, this amount isn't even the price of a backup player. Mauricio Pochettino didn't just see a transfer in Dele. He saw a future. And oh, how right he was. His first season was legendary. At 18 years old, he scored 10 goals in the Premier League. It wasn't just the goals. His playing style was magical. Smart runs into the box, last-minute striker movements, running between the lines. BBC Sport commentator and former Tottenham player Garth Crooks watched Dele's 25-yard volley against Crystal Palace and wrote, "I saw one of the most magnificent goals I have ever seen. I didn't think I'd see a 19-year-old score a goal with such individual skill. It was pure class." On April 13, 2016, he was shortlisted for the PFA Young Player of the Year award for the 2015-16 season, and on April 24, 2016, he won it. In his second season, he scored 22 goals. 22 goals? An incredible number for a midfielder. Tottenham was playing at the top of the Premier League, and Dele Alli was the main hero of this story. The England national team embraced him. Dele played for England at Euro 2016 and the 2018 FIFA World Cup, playing a key role in the team reaching the semi-finals. Everyone was saying the same thing. This kid will become a world star. Everything was perfect. Everything was going as planned, or so it seemed. 2016 to 2018 were Dele Alli's golden years. He became a star not just on the field, but off it too. Sponsorship deals, advertising shoots, social media phenomenon. He was living every part of modern football. He got on Real Madrid's radar. People talked about Barcelona watching him and Paris Saint-Germain preparing offers. His transfer value went over £100 million. At the 2018 World Cup, he played in an England shirt and was an important part of the team that reached the semi-finals. Ballon d'Or lists started talking about him. He was only 22 years old, but everyone assumed he would be one of the best players of the next 10 years. But bright lights always bring shadows too. How does early fame affect a young footballer? For Dele, the answer to this question would slowly reveal itself. Every post on social media got millions of likes, but his performance on the field was being questioned more and more. Maybe everything came too early. Maybe he wasn't ready for such huge pressure. Maybe nobody told him about the difference between being great on the field and being successful in life. The 2018-19 season was the first serious breaking point for Dele. He got injured, his form dropped, his goals decreased. And worse, Tottenham was going through a transformation. Pochettino's system wasn't working as well as before. The team was tired, transfers weren't delivering as expected. They reached the Champions League final, but the collapse in the league had begun, and they lost that final against Liverpool. Maybe that final was a symbolic turning point in Dele's career. Dele was no longer that essential player. Sometimes he sat on the bench. Sometimes when he played, he was ineffective. The question, what happened to Dele Alli, started echoing in the football world. At the end of 2019, Pochettino left. Jose Mourinho came in his place. Mourinho and Dele Alli. This relationship was a disaster. Mourinho wanted discipline, tactical discipline, and sacrifice. But Dele was a free spirit, creative, and improvising player. Mourinho called Dele lazy, and in Amazon Prime's All or Nothing documentary, called him to his office at Tottenham's training ground, warning him, "Time is going fast, and one day if you don't reach the level I think you can reach, you will regret it." The media turned these words into headlines. Dele stayed silent, but it was clear he was collapsing inside. After 2019, Dele struggled with loss of form, injury problems, and conflicts with many managers. There was another problem: position confusion. It wasn't even clear where he should play anymore. Midfield? Behind the striker? Wing? Every manager tried him in a different position, but nothing worked. Was the problem football or psychology? The answer would be both, but nobody knew it yet. In January 2022, he transferred to Everton. A new beginning, they said. Frank Lampard wanted him, believed in him, but Everton didn't work either. Dele only played 13 matches for Everton. In the summer, he came to Beşiktaş. Turkey was maybe the last chance station. He was welcomed with great excitement at Vodafone Park. Fans wanted to believe in him, but form didn't come again. He got injured, lost touch with the game, scored only 3 goals, and left before the season ended. Then silence. A long, painful silence. In July 2023, he gave an emotional interview on Gary Neville's The Overlap podcast. Dele revealed that he was sexually abused at age 6, that his mother was an alcoholic, and that he received rehabilitation for sleeping pill addiction and mental health issues. This confession was just the visible part of a huge iceberg. Dele explained that he was abused by his mother's friend as a child, that his mother was an alcoholic, that he was sent to Africa to learn discipline, and then sent back. He spent 6 weeks in rehabilitation in America. He received treatment for addiction, trauma, and mental health. The world finally understood. The problem wasn't just football. The problem was life itself. Dele told Neville, "The problem was more than that. Everyone talked about his talent. Nobody talked about his mental state. Nobody thought about what that little child went through." In January 2025, a ray of hope appeared. Como offered Dele an 18-month contract with an option to extend until June 2026. Cesc Fabregas wanted him. A former star player was trying to save a young star. "We believe in Dele's potential," Fabregas said. "We're providing him with a supportive environment to rediscover his best form." March 2025. He hadn't played a professional match for more than 2 years. On March 15, 2025, he stepped onto the field in a Como shirt against AC Milan. His first match since February 2023. It lasted 10 minutes. He came on as a substitute for Lucas Acuna in the 81st minute, and 10 minutes later, after a clumsy challenge on his former England teammate Ruben Loftus-Cheek, a VAR review turned his yellow card to red and he was sent off. Fate was like a cruel joke. His first match after 2 years lasted 10 minutes and ended with a red card. On September 1st, 2025, Como and Dele announced that his contract was mutually terminated. The joint statement said, "Como 1907 and Dele Alli have agreed on the mutual termination of his contract." Dele wants to get regular playing opportunities, and since he's not part of the club's immediate plans, both parties felt it was the right decision to part ways before the transfer window closed. Just one match, just 10 minutes. The Italy adventure was over. January 2026. Dele Alli is in Bali. He's sharing training videos on Instagram, trying to stay fit. His model girlfriend Cindy Kimberly is with him. But his football career is uncertain. In October 2025, news came out linking him with Wrexham, Ryan Reynolds, and Rob McElhenney's team. But Wrexham gave their last squad spot to Ollie Rathbone. The door closed for Dele. Birmingham, Rangers, Sunderland, even Fiorentina. They all came up as rumors, but none of them happened. In 2024, Dele was still hopeful. "The 2026 World Cup is my goal. People will say, he hasn't played for a year, but I don't care, I know my own level. When my head is in the right place, I know how good I can be." Today, in January 2026, the World Cup is just a few months away, and Dele Alli doesn't even have a club. Former Tottenham player Stephen Carr said, "How he's fallen is scary. He's only 29, just past his peak. But the amount of football he's played in the last few years is very low. The chances are now very slim." Closing and big questions. 20 to 23. Dele Alli's story is still going on, and this is maybe the most painful part, because we don't know the ending. Is a comeback possible? We've seen second-chance stories in football history. Jamie Vardy became a shining star at 30. Luca Toni became top scorer at 35. Maybe Dele Alli can be reborn too. Maybe at a smaller club, under less pressure, he can rediscover himself. But maybe this story is a warning story. Modern football is very cruel. Rising to the top at a young age sometimes means burning out too early. Media, social media, expectations, pressure. How do these affect an 18-year-old kid? And what about trauma? Childhood trauma, abuse, neglect? How do these shape a person? How seriously does the football world take this? Is mental health support enough? Is Dele Alli a lost talent? Or is he a victim of the system? Or is he both? Maybe the real question is, how does a person heal from childhood trauma while carrying it under the eyes of millions? Is a football field a treatment center, or is it an arena that deepens trauma? Today, he is 29 years old, theoretically at the most mature period of a footballer's life. But the reality, no club, no team, uncertain future, just training videos on Instagram and a 2026 World Cup goal. I hope this story ends happily one day. I hope Dele Alli returns to the fields, smiles again, enjoys football again. Because let's remember, he's still only 29 years old. And football sometimes writes the most beautiful stories at the most unexpected times. But right now, this story is still being written, and nobody knows the ending.